personally, I like bigger spaces because, yeah, when someone's like sitting 5 feet in front of me,
5 inches in front of me.
Yeah, honestly, like we've done shows like that where I'm like spitting in someone's food because their table's like right there. And I always feel like they're like
It's
watching
a 3D performance.
Yeah, it's like
It's a full
It's
experience.
a full experience. It's like
Someone
40X, like
Yeah.
theater. Yeah,
Seriously.
same thing.
it's too much for me.
Breathing on you.
Hi, friend. Welcome to Fanchant Focused. I'm your host, Nina Joy, and today I'm joined by Bird X Butterfly. Can you guys just introduce yourselves and how you guys got started, how Bird X Butterfly began? Give me your lore, essentially.
There's a lot of lore. My name's Francis,
My name is Paul.
and we are Bird X Butterfly. We met through church music, so we were doing music in a bigger group. And then we ended up writing our own music as a duo.
Yeah.
But so we've known each other for a while. Yeah.
We had the least elegant exit from that situation. So, but we're glad that we are here. Thank you for having us.
Came out for the better. And now you guys are here with your debut album, Origami Hotel. So tell me how that started, the concept, like the first inception of this album, and what made you think this is what we want to put out right now?
Yeah, well, in the beginning, we didn't actually want to do an album, or I didn't want to do an album because I thought that in this day and age, people didn't really listen to full albums anymore. Right. But I thought it was just more like a single EP sort of world now where like I couldn't picture people sitting through 9 songs of ours. So we were going back and forth for a couple of years actually. And then one day I was like, you know what? All the pros make albums. Maybe we should try. And so we sort of compiled a couple songs that we had in our back pocket. We wrote a few new ones. And then, it kind of just like fell together.
Yeah, and kind of how it came together in addition or developed was that it's mainly around just the conversations that we have with each other. And so we were on a long drive home and we were just kind of discussing like what are we going through in life, and then the two words origami and hotel just kind of came together. And so we just kind of keep our eyes and ears open as to what's happening in life and what's going on with us or anyone else, and everything just kind of fell together.
Yeah.
Can you talk about album length? Like that was maybe not even a concern, but a thought going into this. You have 9 tracks. Is that part of the reason why you capped it at 9? Were there more than 9 and you decided maybe let's just lower it?
I think we said 9 because it came out to about 30 minutes. So I think we had obviously more than 9 songs to choose from, but I think we kind of wanted to keep it at like a shorter length.
I mean, I tried to add more, but it just didn't feel right, you know? And so I don't think there was like a conscious decision to cap it or 8 or 9 was kind of where we wanted to land. But then once we got done with tracking those, like, how about this one or how about that one? And it just didn't feel right. So it was mainly a feel based thing.
Okay. And back to the title. So Origami Hotel, for me, when I first heard the title, it's sort of like, for me, it was an interesting title because it's not intuitive. Like when I think of a hotel, I want a sturdy, nice place. It's like,
Us too.
I feel like most people, right?
Yeah.
But origami is like this fragile thing. Like anything can tear it down or it can get blown away or whatever, right? And a hotel is a temporary place. So for me, it's like a transient, ephemeral kind of feel. And it's mirrored in your lyrics, and it's mirrored in the song. And I want you guys to touch a little bit on how you guys view life as a series of rooms. And there's different experiences and emotions in each. And that also flows through to the album as well. I had this thought while listening. And this is honestly like, is it tea? Not really. But at the end of the album, I've listened to it fully through like a lot. And at the end, at Sayonara, I always tear up. Like it's such a beautiful way to wrap things up, but the whole album in itself feels very much like an encapsulation of a very authentic human experience because there's emotions in every song, like from Serenade to Loom and then Sayonara, right? But can you guys speak on how your tracks tie into that theme of life as a series of rooms?
I think it helps, we both worked in hotels for some time, and so we kind of got to see all the different things that happen. First of all, it's very transient based, right? People just come and they leave, but sometimes they're celebrating, sometimes they're mourning, sometimes it's for work, and the people just want to go home. So something in that, I think, just was in us. And honestly, this record was just kind of what we were going through, and what we were seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like different phases of life. So we personally visited each of these rooms, and then we wrote the songs about it. But also like the origami factor is like everyone can fold their own origami hotel in life, and not every person's hotel looks the same. And it is a fragile thing. Like you can accidentally step on it and squish it. And it's just a very like, we wanted to encapsulate the fragility of life and just like how it's constantly changing shapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sayonara,
Yeah.
that was one that we added toward the end. I was at the piano and I was just like, I have this weird feeling. It sounds crazy, but like something just feels. I have a strong feeling about something, and there was a performance by this quartet, our friends. They're called Atlas. They played on the song "Looking Glass," and it was just a beautiful performance. Where we're like, we wish they were a bit more up front and center somewhere. So we're like, let's maybe build a short song out of that. And then, I felt this feeling of like release, and I don't know, just very strange. And then I came to find out that like 3 days later, that there's this discussion group that I lead for the library that I work at, and this person comes up to me and it's like, yeah, like my husband used to come to your discussion all the time, and he really enjoyed it, but he passed away like a couple days ago. And I'm not saying that's like I can like prophesy that or predict the future, but there was some sort of feeling of that. And then we thought that it felt like the right ending to the album.
Yeah, and I always tear up too because I always picture just like a flock of birds flying away, and like each of those birds is someone that has passed, or like it's almost just like a liberating feeling at the end of the album, like
a
watching.
release.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It is a release, and you're watching everyone fly
Right.
away like in the sunset. So
You guys,
yeah.
all of your songs are very picturesque. Like it's an audio format, right? But every song of yours is so like vivid imagery that comes to mind. Like for me, it's so funny because I also picture like a beach. Like when
Exactly.
Sayonara comes on, I go into this very like just like levitating state, and I'm just like, I see a sunset. I'm like, it's ending, but it's hopeful. It's like something's like a sunset ends, right? But then it's gonna rise. So it's like
Exactly.
there's this constant, like you said, like the cycle of life. That's when
Yeah.
like it encapsulates the human experience so well.
Yeah.
But I want to know. So you said you sat down at the piano. Does one of you lean more towards the lyric writing and one is more like production, or like do you guys both like write the lyrics, or is there like what's the distribution, I guess?
Great question.
That is a great question. Paul leans towards the lyric writing, but I usually, if I write something, it's more like music production based, and then I'll tell him like what vibe I'm feeling for that song, and then he'll kind of sit on it for a couple days and like churn out a bunch of ideas, and then kind of like run it by me and say, is this what you were feeling, or is this what you were going for? But that's usually kind of the process.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, of course, song to song, it's always different, but I think for lyrics, I kind of start the draft, and then Francis will edit.
Yeah.
And I think with production, it's kind of the same thing, but in reverse or opposite, where Francis will have like her song ideas are like a fully formed idea. Like it's like there's drums on there and bass and keys. Mine's like a voice note with an acoustic guitar, and it's like it's not very like developed, but hers is fully developed. And then I'll be the one not to edit, but like I'll sit there and like try to find the thing that's missing. That tends to be our flow. I would
Yeah.
say.
So we're kind of just like filling each other's puzzles.
Yeah, pretty much.
Respectively.
Yeah. So that kind of ties into what I want to ask about Loom. I have many favorites. So I love this whole album, but I love Serenade and I love Loom. And Loom is it's dark. like every other song has its own flavor and its own color, but Loom immediately as you go into it, it takes you somewhere
Yeah.
else, which is why I feel like it rounds out the album because
Yeah.
it is an authentic human experience. Not everything is going to be like seagulls floating or like, you know, like these other experiences. There
Mhm.
are darker times. And I want to know, does the process differ writing a darker song like that as opposed to a song like, you know, like Serenade or any of the other
Mm.
I
tracks?
think it's the same.
Yeah, mostly it is the same, but I think with the darker songs, it's like we sort of stew in that gross feeling a little bit more, and to try to like evoke that feeling out of ourselves.
Yeah, it's not a very happy 2 weeks when we're writing a song like that because we have to kind of like Francis said, we have to sit in that feeling and just kind of I don't know ask like what is the universe like telling us, like what's happening, why are we feeling this, and but that one, yeah, that was another thing where Francis had an idea, and I think for the melody of the song, we were like about to go to sleep,
Yeah.
and she's just like, "What if we just did this?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's an interesting vocal interval. Let's do that."
You guys just randomly have these like moments of like, I have an amazing idea, and then you just that is so cool to me.
Like half of our songs are voice notes while we're getting ready for bed or during like a road trip. Like
That's
that's just
interesting.
kind of because it
Or
usually
making
just
food, or things like
Yeah.
that. It's just for some reason music is always this kind of
it just like
in between or through everything that we
Yeah.
do, even
Yeah.
like the
always
day-to-day
goes.
stuff. Yeah.
Do you have journals like in like do you keep notes on your phone, or is it more of like a if you want to like write it physically down?
I don't write anything down. It's all just like through my phone.
Yeah,
You're a wizard. What the heck? Like what on earth? What the heck?
Yeah. Because it's like I feel like with ideas, they sort of happen right in the moment, and you need to record it
yeah.
right away. Because in the time that it takes to find my journal and find a pen and like flip to the page, and then like try to remember what I just thought, it's kind of gone.
Okay.
Or you're like remembering the memory, and then so it kind of gets changed
Right,
by the
right.
time it's on paper.
I'm the one who's writing it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm writing
But
it
it
down.
works,
Yeah.
And then and editing.
Yeah.
So it's like we like work the same, but we also work differently. So it's like we share like a through line for sure in how we are, but then many of the characteristics are different, and so that's why I think it works well for us.
Yeah, we sort of like intersect in this weird
Yeah.
way.
But outside of that, very different approaches and styles and how we work.
So when you're writing a song, because you mentioned sitting in that space, when you're writing a song, specifically also like Loom, where it is darker and it deals with harder things, is it then more difficult for you to say, okay, I'm going to sit down and like get through this? And is there like, does it take longer to write that, or is it faster? Or I guess compared to like the lighter tracks, how does that process differ?
I think it's about the same.
Yeah, I think with all of our songs, we don't just like sit down for a couple weeks and like bang it out in that moment. I specifically remember for Loom, I feel like we kept coming back to it and chipping away at it every time we got in that dark space, instead of just like sitting in that moment forever.
I was in that moment forever.
Because Loom took a long time. It like over a period of a year, like we kept coming back and changing things and like
Totally.
but it was
Wow.
every time we were back in that gross feeling, it's like, okay, like I have another idea for the song.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, and like with the lighter songs, I think those are more of like a flow state, like in the moment. I don't know. I actually
It's
can't
both.
even remember.
It's both. It depends. Yeah, it depends on. But I think maybe for the album itself, yeah, probably the lighter stuff was a bit more flow state ish. I think.
Yeah.
And Loom was a tough nut to crack. That's for sure.
I love that song. And you mentioned working with Atlas, which is like a string band, I believe,
Quartet,
a string quartet.
Yeah.
Is there an instrument that you guys have on your to-do list that you're like, I need to put this, whether it's in a track on an album, a future album, or if it's like on stage?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, we always gravitate towards strings, so we'll always try to.
Yeah.
I'll always try to force strings in there, but I think it somewhere along the line, the two of us somehow just know that we're trying to serve the song, and like it's almost like even though we're writing it, like we're not really. We're just kind of like there to receive it. I know that sounds weird, but like, so we never really get to what's the word I'm looking for? Protective over the song, and like this is my vision or your vision or our vision. It's like, what does this song need? We didn't think that there would be so much trumpet on the record. We didn't think
I love the trumpet.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with brass. So when that came in, I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
And
So
like
good.
flute was like a quiet
Yeah.
like MVP and on the record. So those were neither of those instruments were ones that we planned for. But when Thousand Cranes was formed, like it just kind of happened. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we had a lot of brass and woodwind unexpectedly, and like we played orchestra growing up. We're not good at our instruments, but so we came from like the string family, and like this was the first time where we used brass in our music, I think. So my next instrument, if I had to choose to tackle, would be French horn.
French horn.
Yeah.
I love French horn.
Okay.
Because in one of our songs that we released like years ago, we had a fake French horn in it, and it just like didn't exactly scratch the itch.
Yeah, it was a plug-in. We weren't able to like actually record someone playing it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I feel like we need to
French
like.
horn.
Mhm.
Okay, this is news to me.
I'm waiting for this now. I'm like expectant. Like when the music comes, I'm gonna be like, where's the French horn? I'm waiting. You said
Yeah.
you're not necessarily protective of like your songs, which I think is a beautiful process. Like as a creative, to just be like, I'm gonna let it flow and be itself. Like
Yeah.
let it be whatever it's gonna be, and
Sure.
I'll just be like the, conduit, I guess,
Yeah,
for this
yeah.
thing. But is there a song that you were sort of protective of for the album that you were like, I need this in the album? Like no matter what, this has to make it in.
Ooh. I think mine was Robin.
Robin. Okay.
Mhm.
Mine's Looking Glass.
Okay.
That one, I think every other song we're like, okay, the shape of the song and how it's being developed, it's there. Looking Glass was one where it did feel like, are we forcing this? You know what I mean? Like maybe the song's not ready to be finished yet. And then we just kind of gave it 2 days and somehow figured something out. And the answer ended up being the koto, which is a Japanese instrument that neither of us were too familiar with. But that's kind of what unlocked everything else in the song.
Yeah, and like the koto being a Japanese instrument, and like origami, it just kind of felt like, okay, this needs to be in there.
Yeah, we don't know where this Japanese theme came from. Like that was not our intention, but just
Yeah.
like it just kind of happened, and then we ended up finding a koto player in Chicago, who was like very accomplished. So we were just like, okay, like this person has to play on the song.
Yeah.
Doesn't speak any English either, so it's like we couldn't communicate at all, aside from like, as corny as it sounds, like the music did the communicating. And so, and even she was like describing the song as we were hoping it to feel like. So once we had that kind of confirmation, we're like, okay, I think we're on the right track here. And so then we just finished the song.
And you guys have played so many shows, so many venues, just all over.
Mhm.
Does the size of the venue or even the layout affect the way you approach your performance for that evening?
I don't think so. I think our preparation is pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Like no matter if it's a small venue, if it's like out of town, or like
The basement.
or a basement for 2 people, or a 45-minute set like at a bigger venue, I think we always approach it the same. It's like, this might be the last show you're ever going to play, so take it seriously and like respect the space, and also respect the people that are listening, because it's like, even if it's 3 people and not 100 people, like they're listening to your music, and that's it's like we are super lucky to be able to do that. So
Yeah, and I think respect or honor the space has kind of always been our approach. So, like Francis said, we'll prepare as if it's like whatever grand thing it could be. but also at the same time, if it's a smaller room, we're gonna play appropriately to that room.
True,
So we're
yeah.
not gonna bring in. Yeah, and sometimes even the set list might change, just like depending on what the place is, and if there is a sort of vibe of the place, we'll try to match it the best we can.
Do you have a preference, like what you like to play, like smaller rooms, bigger rooms, or even just like intimate or more like? I feel like seeing people up close might be a little more at least for me,
Yeah,
like a little
yeah.
more intimidating as opposed to like larger where it's like I can't see you
Yeah,
all the way in the
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, right.
I feel a little more comfy.
Yeah.
Like, is there a preference when you guys play?
Oh, I think personally I like bigger spaces because yeah, when someone's like sitting 5 feet in front of me,
5 inches in front of you.
yeah, honestly, like we've done shows like that where I'm like spitting in someone's food because their table's like right there, and I always feel like they're like
It's a
watching
3D
my-
performance.
Yeah, it's like
It's a full
It's a full experience. It's like
Someone
40X, like
Yeah.
theater.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously.
same thing.
It's too much for me.
Breathing on you.
Yeah, but I think like our music fits better in more intimate spaces, even though it's harder to perform. I think it's like it's more fitting
Yeah.
for a smaller venue.
And I think at first we tried to build things out with like a band for a live performance, but the more and more we've been doing this, and especially once the frequency picked up, we like performing as a duo. That feels right, even though we can't like fully present some of these songs like with every instrument. So then the challenge becomes, then how do we reinterpret that song and then present it to an audience to where it still hopefully could connect and resonate, which I think we're doing a better job of now.
Yeah, it's always a fun challenge too.
Would you want to like do a full like if you had the chance to be like I'm gonna put on a performance at like one of these, in my head maybe like an opera house or something like that, where like you can have like cellos and strings and like all of this. I feel like your music would fit so well with that. My brain is going crazy right now. I'm like picturing in my head, like I would buy a ticket. Like I would be front row. That would be amazing.
Yeah. I mean, is that not ultimately where we want to be? I think,
I mean, of
we
course.
do.
Like having like an orchestra behind you,
Oh,
I feel like we could seriously bring our songs to life.
Yeah.
And of course we're gonna dream about it and just be like, can you imagine like one day? But honestly, for where we're at right now, like if we had a bigger set at a bigger venue, I feel like we're just discovering like how to fill that space with just us instead of bringing like a 10-piece band. Like, yeah, I think,
Yes, we would love that.
yeah, one
we
day,
would- yeah.
one day, of course.
And we did it in October at the Red Room,
Yeah.
where it was pretty much drums, bass, koto, trumpet.
Oh, you had the
flute.
koto. You
We
brought
had the
it?
koto. Yeah, she
Yeah.
came.
That's
Yeah,
so cool.
And flute, clarinet, cello,
Pretty much
bass.
every.
Yeah.
That's like a long list already.
Yeah.
Like that's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
It was a great show. It was a great show.
It was a great show. But yeah, I think our newest challenge / mission has been like, how do we do these songs without all those people? Because you can't always bring all those people with you. So yeah, we're in our like duo era, I guess.
Forever. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're down to our last question. So if you want to just let us know what you guys have coming next, like any shows, any merch. I want to know merch. I know you guys like screen printed shirts previously.
Mhm.
Are you bringing them back? What's the news?
Yes.
Yes.
We printed them and have yet to make it available for anyone to buy. So I definitely rushed that. I pushed that. That was my fault. But we have a show August 22nd. Is that the date? At the Red Room. And that is our vinyl release show. So we will have, hopefully, our vinyls and the shirts will be available for the first time also.
Yeah. And then we have a show coming up next week through So Far Sounds in Boston. But other than that,
Yeah.
I think August 22nd is the big next one.
We are driving there, playing the show, and driving back. That's literally what we're doing.
For
How long is
Boston.
the drive?
It's 15 hours one way. So we're splitting it up,
Okay.
but yeah, getting there and back in like 3 days,
Okay.
which will be
Oh, that's a little.
gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to be like, that's fine.
That's
like,
fine.
that's okay.
A little.
I'm supporting you in your decision. That's fantastic.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
psychotic sometimes, but it's been
Yeah.
great.
I love a long drive.
Yeah.
I'm the person
exactly.
who's like, who sees that drive and I'm like, that's like a day trip.
Yeah.
Like, I could do that.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. We have
It's just like a little insane. But
Yeah,
like,
no.
as long as we're all on the same page right now,
Yeah,
it's
it's a little
fine.
insane.
It
Oh.
is insane.
There's plenty of time for us to talk about whatever we have to talk about.
Yeah.
Make some new music, write some new songs.
Exactly. You
Voice
never know.
note it up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
That'd be good.
Well, thank you guys. This is the end of our journey here. But if you guys want to go ahead and follow Bird X Butterfly, I'm going to link all of their stuff below. And you can go ahead and stream their album, Origami Hotel. And that's it. See you next time. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
We're
Beginning
so
to
glad.
end.
We're grateful.
Thank you.
Sorry, sorry.
More coming.
Release them, release
Yeah.
them. Release the EDM. If you guys ever say
Oh
EDM,
my god.
Oh
I
my
will be
gosh.
so happy.
Francis' dream. It's just like everything EDM.
That was
Like,
my dream
honestly,
like 6 years ago.
I'm so ready.
yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay.
That's like what hap-
I'll take it out.
That's like what happened with the movie, honestly. Was it like it started very piano and then like we started to inject some of that electronic stuff and then there was a guy in Austin who like once we could do all that we can do, we just sent it to him to like just to fill some spaces and he had a lot of those like electronic
Yeah.
sounds because we're like what do you want this to sound like? And we're
Yeah.
like Skrillex.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
It's such a tangible song. Like you feel it. Like the
Yeah.
moment it comes on, it like crawls into your space a little bit, and it's like it's so good though. Like I listen to a lot of genres, right? But I'm like I always do albums beginning to end because I feel like there's an intentionality
Sure.
in the music
Love
choices, but not only that, but the track order, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like I want all of the things. I want to absorb it the way that you guys intended it or the way that the artist intended it.
Yeah.
And Loom comes on kind of early.
Yeah.
Like for
Yes.
me, I thought like a track like that would be like halfway through or like near the
Yeah.
end, and it's like
Yeah.
you guys are like, wait, it's right there.
No, that's seriously a good point. I think we originally had it like number 7 or number 8.
Yeah.
But I think like we were like, we need to, because I feel like the attention span thing. Like for me, when I listen to an album, I like when I get caught off guard by
Yeah.
things.
Yes.
And like if we had 3 songs that were very pretty and light, I just feel like for myself as a listener, I would kind of zone out a little bit, or maybe like think that I know what this album is.
You're like, oh, this is what they're
Like,
doing.
make
cool.
assumptions.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
but also, it's like very analogous to life, where it's
Right.
like the first 2 tracks. Oh, it's all nice and good.
Yeah.
And it's like
That's what I was
Loom is
gonna
like,
say.
That's the bad night.
Oh, it's
That's the-
whiplash.
Yeah,
It's literally
yeah.
whiplash.
Oh
And
my
it's like
gosh.
you can't go into Origami Hotel thinking I know what to expect.
Mhm.
Because you'll be wrong. You guys won't because you know what it is. You
Yeah,
created
yeah,
it.
yeah,